in Abu Dhabi. Now, the plan initially was for this temple to be built. 2 acres of land were initially given for it, then 15 acres, then another 5 acres, and now 27 acres of land have been given for this divine temple that will be inaugurated in just a short while from now. And what a unique temple this promises to be. A spokesperson for the Swaminarayan Sampradaya said that a Muslim king donated land for a Hindu temple where the lead architect is a Catholic Christian, the project manager is a Sikh, the foundational designer a Buddhist, the construction company a Parsi group, and the director comes from the Jain tradition. This is a temple of harmony that comes up in Abu Dhabi. This is also the largest Hindu temple in the region. The temple was built by the Swaminarayan Sanstha. It's built and spread over 27 acres of land. The temple complex is on 13.5 acres of land that was gifted by Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the president of the United Arab Emirates in 2019. And for the latest ground reports, I quickly want to take you across to Abu Dhabi, to that temple, where I'm told the atmosphere is absolutely electric and so full of devotion. India Today's Akshita Nandagopal now joins us from Ground Zero. Akshita, take it away. Tell us what's happening just ahead of the Pran Pratishtha and the arrival of Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
Well, Gaurav, we're awaiting the Prime Minister's arrival, expected any moment now, but we're right now inside the temple. One level above us is where the temple is. So let me just quickly show you these images of the beautiful temple. We simply can't get enough of the carvings. You can see it all around me as well. And every single part of this temple brought together with so much thought, with so much precision. It all has a message. And I heard you, Gaurav, referring to this earlier as a temple of harmony. That's truly the message that they're attempting to send right now. And even as we're showing you these beautiful images, I'm standing at a level where you've got water all around me. And the reason for that, so you have this backdrop and then the temple there. The reason for that is this is meant to represent a ghat of sorts. So what they're saying is, you've got the Ganga flowing on the side. This is supposed to be representative of the Varanasi Ghat. So it's a beautiful setting, and it's just slightly cooled down now. It's been an extremely hot day here in Abu Dhabi, but now with the weather cooling down, the Prime Minister is expected any moment now. Let's speak to also some of the people here who've had such an active role in bringing this entire temple to life to ensure that this dream of theirs becomes a reality. I have with me Professor Yogi Trivedi also. Welcome to India Today. I know you've been very actively playing a part in building this temple. What does it mean to you now that you see it complete? Now you know that the Prime Minister will be coming and inaugurating it.
I think it's important to note that I'm just one of thousands of volunteers who have come together. And more importantly, I think the beauty of this temple is that it's not just for one Hindu community. What I mean by that, there's no Sampradayavad here. It's not just for followers of the Swaminarayan Sampradaya or just for Vaishnavas or just for Shaivas. It's a home for Hindus from across the region. When you go inside, you'll see 7 different garbhagritas, and in each of those shrines you will notice, that there's a murti from a different part of India. So people who have come here in the diaspora, who live here in the Emirates, will find a place of worship that they can call home. Jagannath Bhagavan, Shri Ramakrishna, Radha Krishna Dev, Shri Sitaram Parivar. So you will see an entire sort of amalgamation, a union, a confluence. The word that you hear being thrown around a lot, and we were talking about it just a few minutes ago, harmony. And that harmony is at so many different levels. You see harmony not just between Arabic Sanskriti and our Hindu Sanatan Sanskriti, but you also see it within the Hindu Sanskriti with all these different sort of sampradayas and sects coming together and finding a place that they can call home, where they can, for the first time in 450 years. So if I can give your viewers a quick history lesson, for 450 years, Hindus have been a part of this region. and they've never had a place where they can call their house of worship in this way, that has these beautiful spires and dajadans and dajas and kadashes and shikhars. And so now with pride, with humility, with a sense of acceptance in this homeland, they can say we can come here and pray as proud Hindus.
It's truly amazing. You summed it up beautifully. Thank you very much for joining us here on India Today. Let me show you around as well, show our viewers a glimpse of this temple. I'm sure many of them are planning to visit very soon as well. But I have the honor of being here before the Prime Minister arrives to show you what exactly it looks like. These carvings, each of which tells a story. You've got saints, and what's very, very interesting about this temple is that you'll see no other temple in the world perhaps that's got carvings of camels, that's got carvings of even sheikhs, because they've essentially also kind of interpreted different stories of the Gulf. There's even a carving of the Burj Khalifa. I wish I could show that to you, but that's on the top tier of the temple, which has been closed off now due to security reasons. But this entire area, you can see how beautiful the carvings look. You've got several seers all being represented here in different formats. And, I've noticed several familiar faces, several familiar monuments that have all been put up here, and all of this made by hand. And I'll flip it around to show you who are the men and women who made this possible. These there are the men and women. All of them will get a chance to, in fact, meet with Prime Minister Modi shortly. He's going to be walking by this entire stretch, and all of them will get a chance to meet with the Prime Minister. We see this very often. The Prime Minister makes it a point to ensure that whatever hard work, the blood, sweat and tears, the toil that's gone into this kind of a setting, this kind of a beautiful monument is also recognized. So all of these men will get a chance to meet with the Prime Minister shortly. He's going to interact and, of course, take that photo up with them. Then you have these children there as well. A handful of them who get the lucky chance of meeting the Prime Minister. Now, interesting to note that these are kids who've been handpicked. Why? Because they have also had a very active role in the construction of this temple. Every Sunday, they were telling us, on the weekend when they get off from school, they'd ensure that they also step in, help with crafting the temple. And there you've got all of them here also ready with their welcome to the Prime Minister. I heard them rehearsing earlier. For them, obviously, and their families, this is a huge, huge deal, because they're going to be recognized for all of their hard work by the Prime Minister. So the temple is all set. You can see that the lighting also is ready. It's absolutely glorious to look at come nightfall, because you'll see, of course, the lighting highlighting all of the carvings in the temple premises, and it's beautifully lit up in just a bit. The fact that you have the Prime Minister coming here, the fact that you have the Prime Minister spending a good 3 hours in this very premises is in fact something that tells you how crucial a moment this is for India. And let me get you more voices as well about the preparations that are underway, what we can expect for 3 hours. Thank you for joining us on India Today. I see that you're very, very busy, so I'll just take a few moments of your time. The Prime Minister is going to be here for almost 3 hours.
Yes, that's very.
So what can we expect really?
Yeah, so when the Modi ji will enter the premises, and then you can see when he's coming. As you know, it's a Ganga Ghat we have made. His amphitheater is here, so there are kids sitting there, and they are going to. They from last 6 months they are preparing something like the whatever leftover pieces of marbles are there. So they have polished it, colored it, and they have written some messages on that. Okay. So they want to gift it to Modi ji, and he wants Modi ji to write something for them, give some message to him. So they are waiting there. Here you can see the different communities people are there. They are sitting and just waiting for Modi ji to just greet them, Okay. And afterwards Modi ji will go to the mandir, and from the mandir he is going to go to Assembly Hall, and he is going to address the invitees.
Amazing. So the Pran Pratishtha, that's been happening from the morning?
Yeah, it has happened in the morning. Pran Pratishtha, yeah.
Okay. So what you're going to see, and thank you very much for joining us at India Today, what you're going to be seeing is the Prime Minister walking along the stretch. And I'll just show you quickly, because we'll walk along. There are, of course, several restrictions because the SPG is essentially taken over here. So there's a very small area for the media really to walk by. But I'm going to just cut across and show you what the entrance looks like as much as we can, because like I said, we've been closed off in this area. But you can see there, that is the entry point. There's a red carpet that's been put out. You can see now several people dressed in traditional attire standing along the sides to welcome the Prime Minister. He's going to be walking along that area, climbing up the stairs to come to this level. He will then take a full round around the temple, where he's going to be meeting with these batches also that we just showed you. And then he'll make his way further up to the main temple complex. There is going to be a small puja also that's conducted, but after that you could also watch out for the Prime Minister's address, which will happen in the Assembly Hall. This is a temple that has a capacity to hold about 10,000 people. Today there's only a very select few who have had the honor of being here, of being invited also for this ceremony, including several celebrities, the likes of Akshar, Vivek Oberoi, actor Mumtaz. All of them are also here right now for their unveiling, and they will of course be part of the Prime Minister's address. Singer Sonu Nigam is someone who was also here, who I caught up with 2 days ago. They're all of course extremely excited at the significance of this building. This is perhaps a structure that sums up all of the progress that we've made as far as India-UAE ties are concerned, because this has become a reality because of the fact that both governments have worked actively, cooperated on all fronts possible, and that is something that we must recognize. That as much as the Modi government has been focusing on bringing this dream alive or making this moment a reality, the UAE government has been actively providing all possible support, 100% assistance, and that's why you see this building standing tall right now. It's a huge temple, the biggest really in this area, there's no doubt about that, and it's going to give a chance for people from all walks of life to come here and offer prayers. For many others, this no doubt is going to become a huge tourist spot as well. So as I get you this detailed ground report, I'm going to hand it back to Gaurav to take us through all the other elements really that we want to talk about, where we talk about the BAPS Hindu Mandir and the features.